Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
And welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with the finale of The Children of Roefeld, possibly the game that's made me laugh the most. So I'm very sad about this ending. But before we dive in, please check out the links coming up in chat now. That includes the Discord. We have a channel just for this game, and we would love to that's how you know it's the real love. You'd love to hear what you think. Also, the next season is up and coming, and we do have more D&D 5e viewer games coming. Lots and lots of D&D 5e. And I haven't done a viewer game since season 1, but I am coming back to do it this time. So that's going to be interesting. Also, if you've missed out on anything, you can head over to YouTube and go and check that out. All of our shows are in playlists in case you've missed anything. A huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors who we couldn't do this without, in the form of Hero Forge, who have smashed all their goals. They're well over 2 million now, and it's insane in all the best ways. Also, Magehand Press that created Dark Matter. Basically, if you love D&D and you love space, you put them together and that's what you get. It's an amazing thing in space. Also, the Deck of Many, with the Deck of Many Things, and the Magic Moving Spell cards, which you can donate to cause more chaos, which, I mean, I don't know if you can cause more chaos in the Feywild, but apparently you can, which I love. And they also created Humblewood, which is one of our viewer games next season. Otherwise, I'll hand over to the lovely Holly. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I'm Holly. You can find me at Sageophilia on Twitter. I'm here just for the last Tuesday. And I don't really have any special projects going on or anything super cool, interesting. Hopefully my kitties will make an appearance. Otherwise, I'm going to slide it on over to Bee's Knees. So, hi.
Oh, hi there. I am John at Bee's Knees on Twitter. And other places on the internet. I think when we left off last time, Zephyrin is shut outside this prison thing, so I'm not sure, and he's not sure what we're gonna do.
It's gonna be a fun time. You may or may not see your friend disappear before your eyes.
It's not like it's the first time this happened.
Yeah, or the first time you've disappeared as well to strange dimensions unknown.
True.
And sliding diagonally that way, Sassy with Sandero. Hi.
Hi guys, it's me, Sassy with Sander, aka Jordan, and I have all of the projects right now. I just relaunched my YouTube channel with a video that published maybe like 20 minutes ago, so go check that out after this, not during. And then later on, I will be back on Jam Game Stream streaming again. So I play Fable, who is an emotionally volatile Eladrin, and currently she has once again gotten herself locked in a cage, voluntarily. So we'll see how that goes.
Voluntarily-ish or completely voluntarily?
Well, I don't think it was the original plan, but she's not quite against it.
That's the spirit.
We shall see how long it takes her to be against it. And last but certainly not least, Alice. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, I'm White Rabbit Pick, and also, yes, Alice, and I play Ronan, who is a little tabaxi monk who is partially responsible for putting Fable in this cell, as I currently look like a goat with capable legs, because I'm wearing my hat of disguise. I have a few projects going on at the moment. As you can tell, I am the other half of the Scratticus Academy. I DM over here, and and as you can see, I'm also a player. I also am currently writing 2 new long-term campaigns that are not coming to this channel, but elsewhere. So otherwise, I'm so excited for this. But also, please go check out Lydia, because Lydia couldn't be here today because she's got to go to a school play. How dare the schools? No, it's fine. But otherwise, please go check her out because she is a wonderful, wonderful human.
And she gave me all her advantages.
No. No.
Also, Alice has a Patreon.
I have a Patreon! Which, yes, there are some big things coming to it if I decide to, especially if I decide to brave the storm tonight. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm hoping for some wild magic surges in the Feywild because they've been ridiculous in the most wonderful ways so far.
They've been something else.
Yep.
Be honest, Alice, you just want Zephyr to get turned into a sheep again.
I really want that, okay?
Does your int go up if you become a sheep?
You know, I'll take it. I'll take it at this point.
I mean, like, just imagine at the end, like, all walking off into the sunset, sheep Zephyr cradled in Ronan's arms. Fable holding stick Winnie, like, it's the best thing that could happen.
Is this the best outcome we could have hoped?
I don't see any other outcome, if I'm honest.
Well, last time on Children of Roefeld, we decided we were going back to the Feywild, and we got Winnie back from places unknown. She said she'd been with the Queen, and the Queen had taken her book, and that the parents were there as well, / other miscellaneous adults. We tried to get back to the Feywild for a little bit and eventually got it figured out. We tried to command blink puppies to take us places that ended up being the top of Goat Mountain, and then we eventually ended up zooping over to the Queen's Palace, only to find out that we couldn't get fully inside of the Queen's Palace, and went through a courtyard maze and had some fun interactions, knocking the bejesus out of some pixies / rejecting them for coffee offers. And eventually accidentally stumbled upon a secret staircase, which we followed down into a secret room, which we found a secret door that led to the secret dungeon. And we decided that the best course of action was for Ronan to become a capably legged goat man and to escort a Fable into a jail cell. We saw
my dream. The cable goat leg
You
dream.
and me both.
We saw a number of denizens in the jail cells, including one horse, curiously, and left Zephyrin and Winnie hiding in the secret room. Which is where, yes.
Can I just say, I really want to know what the horse did to be put in jail. I just like, what did he do?
Could be one sassy horse.
Yeah, like
The
what
mystery of the season.
the mystery of the sassy horse.
So, Goatnan, you were escorting Fable. You reached the jail cell. Which jail cell are you going for? Because there are several.
I think I went for the one on the far left, like at the very end.
Okay.
I believe, because I think it was empty. I don't want to put her in with something else.
There-
Unless the horse is free. Like,
There
the
is
horse
no one.
free.
There's no one in the horse's cell. There are 2 people in some of the jail cells and 1 person in some of the jail cells, but all of them appear to be occupied by at least 1 person.
Oh, I'm going for the horse then, please. Straight
Okay.
to the horse jail cell.
You walk up to the horse's cell, and it is locked. Do you have keys?
Do I look back. I sort of very obviously pat myself down and go, oh no! Does anyone have the keys so I can put this ruffian in a jail cell, please. As Ronan's like trying to be as
Ruffians.
possible.
Fable
Ruffians.
doesn't really know what ruffian means, and so she assumes that like she needs to look a certain way, so she starts like messing up her hair and like
Yeah.
I'm a ruffian.
Ruffian. Like, as he stands there now with like one arm like on his one hand on his hip and holding on to Fable still.
Roll me a deception.
Fable's just like, I'm a ruffian.
Hang on, do I have an advantage? I'm using an
So it
advantage
begins.
on this. Oh, thank God. I say thank God. I go again.
The goatmen start drawing their weapons and pointing them towards you.
Hey, whoa. What is this confrontation? We are fellow goat people.
If you were a real goatman, you would know. No one else goes in that cell.
He sort of hears the voice like, why? What did the horse do? Because now we're like, tell me what the horse did.
If you were a real goatman, you would know what the horse has done.
That's not true. I was outside and I got a bump on the head and now I don't remember. I'm just one single goat man trying to do my job. Okay? I think you need to help me here. Do you have keys?
One of them walks up and grabs Fable from you. And
No.
pulls her away.
Like, he's not letting go. It's like a one arm each. He's like, this is my prisoner. This is my ruffian.
Fable's gonna say, okay, listen, it's obvious that you two have things to sort out, but I'm just gonna go. Is there one that's like nearby that might be empty? Because Fable's gonna like not escape, but like gently shrug off the arms and just go like put herself.
They all have at least one person in them, and all of them are locked. If you try to shrug them off, they will attempt to essentially grapple.
I'm not letting go of Fable. Like Ronan is very much firmly with his new accent. He's trying to like hold on. He's like, no, you don't understand. This is my ruffian. I get paid on commission, so I need this job.
Well, you
Fable's
clearly
going
are
very-
not up to date with what we are doing in this dungeon, so
I
Would
just
take you-
told you. I bumped my head. Give a goat man a chance.
perhaps you need to see a medic then.
Well, first of all, I will carry out my job and then I will seek a medic. Would you rather me just let this ruffian run around free?
Why you want to put
Fable.
him with the horse, though?
Well, why not put it with the horse? I don't understand the problem with the horse.
That's done many high treasonous acts.
And then Ronan's like, really? I don't remember, after the head bumping. What did he do? Like a
Perhaps
murderer?
this is
Or...
something you should not discuss in front of the ruffian, as you call it.
Oh, that's bad. No, we want to, strike fear into the ruffian and then they will behave, much better.
Well, perhaps these, and he points to some familiar faces down the way, are much better example. This is what happens when you attempt to invade the Queen's castle.
Then we should put her with them. And I walk towards the thing holding all of our relatives.
There is a cell that is holding Zephyr's dad and a stranger. There is one that's holding Winnie's mom and Rosie. And the one next to both of them just has one person in it. It's a very frail looking, not old lady, but older lady.
I think she goes straight to the one with Rosie because he knows Rosie. So he sort of walks in and goes, can I have a key, please? So I still do not have a key.
Very well. Did you lose it in the bump on the head incident?
I mean, I'm sure I left them around here somewhere. We might have to change the locks.
Right, maybe the one next, since it has only one. and he bangs on the metal bars, and the woman skitters back. And
Oh no, that's not necessary. We don't want to give them a heart attack or anything, because then we're going to have a real problem.
less mouths to feed, I think.
Ronan looks confused. He's like, "Can I put her in the cell now?"
Yes, and he opens the cell with the old lady in it.
Ronan can't help but with her. He's like, "In you go." Like he's actually very like kind. He's like, it's very gentle, but he sort of pushes them in.
And make me a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay, come on, Dex.
Okay. And okay, so you feel this goatman behind you place a hand and apply a little too much pressure to be comfortable to your shoulder, but you're able to kind of shrug it off, as it seems like he was trying to push you in with Fable.
Sort of sidestep and move out there. I'm like, oh no. I see you trying to do a joke, but not without permission. Not touchy.
Slams the bars and says, "You need to be kept away until we figure out what is wrong with you."
There is nothing wrong with me. How dare you?
You lose your keys?
How dare you?
You don't remember things.
That's not
Could be
true.
a security risk.
I think you're a security risk.
Let
Is
me
the
see
gate
your
still
eyes.
Open?
No, he slammed it shut.
He's like, how do I know you're not an imposter?
Because I know what I'm doing.
And I know what I'm doing. I just don't want to tell you what I'm doing because you may not know what you're supposed to be doing. Thank you, Michael Wynn, for my advantage. For all I know, you could be an imposter. You could have stolen my keys and you could be trying to frame me.
Very well, then we can both go before the queen and get examined.
That's fine by me. He tries to remain confident. He's just like, he's like, and how dare you question me? And he's got you like Fable, you can tell he's going over the top of it. Like, even for Ronan.
Fable has got her face in between the bars, like grasping the bars with just like, what are you doing?
You see like you're like, oh, this is drama school. Like this is like the drama class on walking in with confidence.
All right, well, choose your escort that you believe is truly a goat man, and I will choose one.
You want me to take a buddy?
Yes.
Why?
Since you made the accusation that I am not truly of this land. You pick your buddy, who will vouch for you, and I pick my buddy, who will vouch for me, that we are truly goatmen to the queen.
I mean, okay, if you're that unconfident that you can't do it on your own, then fine, we'll pick a buddy.
Okay, who are you gonna pick?
Okay, and I sort of look out into the thing. I'm like, do I have anybody? Like, is there any other goatmen in here?
There are 6 goatmen in total. So there are 4 others aside from you. Well, there are 5 others aside from the guy that you're pointing at as being a fraudulent goatman.
Yeah, fraudulent goatman.
Yeah.
Not here for that.
Fraudulently capable X.
Yeah. Nice. I want a mountain climbing competition and see who wins.
I know you skip leg day.
Don't worry about the roll I just made. It's fine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
fine.
okay.
All right, so you have an axe goatman, 2 whip goatmen, a spear goatman, and a staff goatman.
Okay. I sort of stand in front of them and go, who would be willing to be my buddy? Not that I think I need one, but this gentleman here seems to think I need one.
Based off of your brilliant deception roll, none of them step forward. And as you're looking around at them, you see out of the corner of your eye a green light emanate from underneath the door where you know that Zephyrin and Winnie are. And we're going to flash there for a moment. Zephyrin, you are in this room, this very dark room with Winnie. And roll me a perception.
All right.
Okay. Okay. You hear coming from somewhere above you.
Okay. I mean, I think first when the door closes, Zephyrin flashes Winnie a concern, like a look that just says, "What do we do now?" And then he hears that and looks up.
As you flash that look, you being the only person left, Winnie grabs your hand because you can't let go of hands. And let's see, does Winnie hear it too? Winnie does not hear it, so she's watching you look up, and you see a very big spider on the ceiling. Like, probably bigger than you are. And it has kind of a shimmery look about it. It's not a hairy spider, unfortunately.
I don't like it. Does this thing seem to be posturing like it's going to attack, or?
You see it moving around, and it's distressingly fast. It's not like, but it is definitely a skittering spider. And it doesn't seem like it's like posing to attack, but as you watch it, it goes where this tight spiral staircase kind of opened up and is sitting above it and looking, if the spider can look and know to look, right at you.
I mean, Zephyrin is trying to figure out if this spider is an enemy or if it's skittered over to the staircase. Is it trying to get him to follow it? Like, I'm guessing an insight.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight. It doesn't seem to be making any gestures towards you, so it's kind of unclear. You haven't studied spider psychology either. It could be that it's trying to get you to follow it. It could be that it's guarding your exit, or it could be posing for an attack.
Now, Zephyrin I guess he's gonna try say, can you understand me?
And you hear, as its little mandibles chitter slightly, and it spins down on a single thread and lands on the floor. And as it lands, there's a wild magic surge! And you become a potted plant.
Wait, are you serious?
You are still aware of your surroundings as the spider chitters a bit curiously and scuttles up to you and around you. And then it turns and webbing shoots out. And as Winnie begins to scream, it spins her up very quickly. So it's sort of a ah! And she, as soon as she is fully cocooned, vanishes.
Well, Zephyr's a plant, so he can't do anything.
It's not a sheep, but I'm getting there.
It skitters up to you and looks at you and chitters some more, and then climbs up the wall and stands poised above the door out into the dungeon and seems to be waiting. Those of you on the other side of the door hear the scream coming from the dungeon entrance, the secret dungeon landing. And Ronan, as you're waiting for any of the other capable goatmen to step forward, you hear this scream. And let's see, do the goatmen hear it too? And the goatmen hear it too.
I think Ronan can't help but just look in that direction, and he's not necessarily talking to them, but it might come over. He's like, what was that? He still keeps the accent, but he's sort of stuck in it now.
Don't know.
Faithful goes, it was me. And she's gonna scream, can I roll deception?
Yes. They did roll a nat 20. The DC is pretty high.
Okay. So
Please roll a nat.
can I think I have a auto success. I think.
The auto success is not a nat 20. It's just you.
But I succeed.
You succeed. So you would scream very convincingly, but since they rolled a nat 20, they're gonna know that there is also a scream coming from that direction.
So in other words, I am screaming.
You could appear very distraught.
I'll go ahead and roll and appear distraught.
Okay.
I mean, the best thing is if they charge in there right now, they're literally gonna find a plant.
Yep.
So...
I mean, the plant's right in front of the door, so they're probably going to knock it over and shatter the pot.
Oh no! I need to gather up all of Zephyr's
got a stake, we
soil.
got a plant. One of them goes over to you, Fable, and raps on your metal bars. And even though the rap doesn't seem like they put much force behind it, it just like reverberates around your metal cage. And two of the others go over to the door. They push it open. And Ronan, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So as they push it open, you see this plant there, and one of them picks it up and walks out with it and says, "Was this the thing that fell on your head?"
And he's just like, it may have been. I feel like it was maybe no, I do remember a very sort of pot-shaped bump on my head. And he sort of rubs the top of his, the side of his head. He's like, that must have been it. Maybe, I mean, I heard the scream. Maybe it happened to someone else.
If Zephyr's capable of wiggling a leaf, he's going to.
It's just like Groot there.
Well, we did not see anybody else in this room, only this plant. And he kind of throws it, and as it's mid-throw, Zephyrin, you transform back into you.
Yeah.
And just sort of boop, boop, boop on the floor.
I think Vernon looks at him, he's like, I've never seen a plant do that before, but that's the Feywild, hey? He can sort of run towards Zephyrin.
How'd I get here? What happened?
It's just like, oh, you strange, bad escape person, pixie. You shh. And I just sort of push him. It's like, there's obviously some sort of magic afoot, in the Feywild.
There is, and the one who's been talking pulls out a horn and blows it. And as he blows it, all of
No, Holly.
As he blows it, the door slams shut on the side, and the staircase at the end of the room bars drop right in front of it, and the goatmen take out their weapons and turn on Zephyrin, and everyone roll me initiative.
But I'm locked in a cage.
Yep.
I made so many decisions.
You have
Sorry.
fire.
I do. Oh, I do. Oh, wow. Yeah, I got fire at a really low initiative.
Okay. And if you could go ahead and place yourselves on the battle map, we will get this fun gravy train a rolling.
Can you place me in the cell, or do I have to place myself?
If I place you, you won't be able to move yourself.
Oh, okay. Can you guide me to the correct cell, please?
Yes. This one.
Who's the
Okay.
boat?
I think that's Zephyr's dad, probably.
Is that-
Yeah, that's Zephyr's dad.
Okay. I'm assuming.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Look
Alright.
at these goatmen.
I'm guessing.
There's the horse.
I'm guessing that's about where Zephyr was probably tossed.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Okay. Quick question before we get into this. Trying to pick a lock in battle, would that be an action? Since that's probably a more involved thing.
Yeah, I would say it would be an action. Okay. Alrighty. So, first up is something. Okay. All right, Ronan.
Okay. I just see it. My map didn't seem to be ignoring me. Where is Zephyr? I can't see.
Zephyrin is below
The
the
fish?
horse. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zephyrin is the fish.
Hang on. So, I think I'm gonna run up behind the goat man. Hang on. 5, 10. And I'm gonna try knock him straight out. I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
If he's going for Zephyrin. Okay. 16?
That's gonna hit.
Okay, and then I expend another, and I'm going to attack again. That
13 does not hit.
dang. Yeah, he's just sort of swinging, and he's yelling at the same time, like, "Don't touch him! You might turn into a plant!" Like he's trying to almost like throw them aside to stop doing what they're doing, but not trying to give himself away too much at the same time.
Zephyrin, you're up next.
Yeah, I have plantitis. It's very contagious.
It's like poison ivy. Poison ivy.
You have plantar warts.
Basher plantitis. I probably butchered that.
Fired.
You know, I think he is going to run over and try to free the horse real quick.
Okay.
Yes. Zora
Run
the
there.
hell out of this.
Okay.
And then where are my thieves' tools? You know what? I'm going to use an advantage on this.
Okay. All right. With a 12, you get it started. It's not quite jimmied all the way, but you're definitely getting there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess since I'm working on it, I'll end my turn on that.
Okay.
I figure if I stop to do a bonus action, it's probably gonna lose my progress.
All right. Next up is Goatman's turn. I did say one was over by Fable, so I'll go ahead and put this one over there. This one's over here. All right. Okay, so it's going to be 2 attacks on Ronan and 1 on Zephyrin. Okay. Ronan does a 8 hit.
An 8 does not hit.
Does a 20 hit both of you?
Yes.
Hmm.
just barely, but
Yes, it is.
Ronan, you're going to take 5 bludgeoning, and Zephyrin, you take 4 bludgeoning as the stick boys whack at you. Next up is going to be Fable.
I would like to try and convince the goat man outside of the enclosure I'm in to let me go. I'm just a child. What really could I do? And, it's really nice. Like, you seem like a really capable adult with capable goat legs. And I seem like a really capable kid with really awesome shoes. And so you should let me go.
Okay, roll a persuasion.
I better succeed at this. I would like to roll with advantage, please.
Okay.
Wow, my things are tiny on my screen right now. So let's see if that is visible. Well,
Okay. He is gonna kind of look and glance, and he starts getting his keys out to let you out.
Fable looks
Unfortunately,
at him.
He
Oh,
can't
what?
act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fable will look up at him with really big gray eyes now and be like, does this mean we're friends? And I would like, can I ready an action?
Yeah.
I would like to ready an action that when the door opens, I would like to move as close to the other combat as I can and draw my sword. Wait,
Okay.
is that 2 things? Or is that 1?
Flourish
Can I
is a
ready it?
free action.
Okay.
Also, I don't follow the rules for readying actions. For those of you watching from
Okay.
home, this isn't how you ready actions according to rules as written. But it should be.
Yeah, so whatever you'll allow me to do of that, I would love to do.
Yeah, I'll let you ready your movement to get over there.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm back at the top of initiative. It's something's turn. Okay. Awesome. All right, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from Zephyrin and Ronan.
Okay. Ooh. Look at us being like able,
Okay.
like
yeah,
Yeah.
like a proper broken monk.
yeah, like for once we've actually done it.
So, you manage to, you feel a coldness around you, and you kind of jerk around, and something just feels creepy. You don't feel any damage or any effect on you, but you feel sort of like that chill of death that Ronan was feeling before. Sort of this, God, there's something after me paranoia. Not sure what it is, though. And it is on to Ronan's turn.
Ronan is sort of pausing for a moment, looking around, and then immediately looks back at these things that are attacking Zephyrin and is going to attack again.
Okay.
Could
That will hit. Okay.
Attacking, and I'm going to spend another one and attack again. Oh,
13
that
does not
last
hit.
time. No. Yeah, he's now he's sort of taken his hat off and stuffed it in like his little waistcoat, and he's gone full Ronan Munt. Oh my god, a Ronan Munt. Yeah, okay. I didn't intend that. Carry on.
Zephyrin?
Well, since he's surrounded now and picking the lock only worked about halfway, he's going to stop trying that, because otherwise he's just going to get bludgeoned to death. Or into unconsciousness, whatever happens first, I guess. I'm going to use my bonus action to try using my slip into shadow again. Now,
Okay.
It's failed the last 2 times. So let's give this a try. Hey!
That looks good.
So
Is
he
it
pretty much
against
just-
my something, or do you just slip into shadows?
It just says once per short rest, you can use the hide action as a bonus action, even if you have no cover or if you're under observation.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a success. I imagine it's against like passive perception or something, but they have passive perception, so.
So now that he has disappeared from sight, he's just going to swing around to this side of this guy,
Mhm.
and he is going to stabby stab with a rapier.
Get him. A 9 does not hit.
Welp.
Okay. The horse, seeing that you have loosened the lock, moves over and starts kicking the door. Crimes against the crown!
Liberate this horse.
It doesn't do much. It seems to be just kicking at the bars and kind of misses a few times. And it is now on to the goatman. This one up at the top goes ahead and unlocks the jail cell for Fable and says, "Stay backward, lady. You child, you should probably run for cover. My compatriot over on the door across the way will guard you."
Immediately runs towards danger.
I mean, it is on the way to his guy by the door, so...
I will give him a wink and then do what I said I was gonna do.
Okay. So think I put you like here-ish? Okay. And the other goatmen are going to one of them tries to fix whatever Zephyrin did over at the horse store and just can't figure out because he's like, my key isn't working quite right. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And the other 3 are going to be swinging. Okay. Does a 15 hit you, Ronan?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay, Ronan, you are taking 13 damage.
Jesus.
Oh, we are not a happy pussycat right now.
And
Ronan looks bad.
Zephyrin, you take 7.
Okay, what was the attack roll against him? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right. That was the one. So you don't take anything.
Okay.
As he misses, launching his buddy, trying to enclose the horse and trying to yell at how he should be doing it better. And it is Fable's turn.
Well, how close am I? Am I close enough to get to the people who are around Ronan?
Yeah, you can easily get to there.
I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna whack him with my sword.
Do it.
Ronan's like on his knees trying to catch his breath, I think, right now.
That's gonna hit.
Take that, you chicken nuggets.
Okay. And
She would like to also scream surrender. She does.
And it falls over dead.
Oh, I mean, I toasted a wolf, but have I ever actually killed somebody with my sword?
You have no.
Only Zephyr's the killer in this group.
Not anymore.
Ronan sees the goat fall, and Fable's behind it, like looking at it and looking at her sword. And like she gets this really big smile on her face.
Is this how this works?
My friends are the killers.
And then that's it for me.
Okay.
I got nothing left.
Top of initiative. Fable and Zephyrin, roll me another dexterity saving throw. Okay. You feel, Fable, you feel the same sort of like cold creepiness. Not fun. And Zephyrin, you feel it too, and you feel something start to constrict you. You can't see anything, but you feel as though something is being wound around you.
Like, does it feel like it's starting to, am I held now, or is it just kind of starting to grab?
You will not be able to move. You will be able to use your arms this turn.
Okay.
So I would say it is starting. And Ronan.
Ronan is sort of like huffing and puffing, and he looks pretty like he's probably got like a cut on his head and he's probably bleeding so, but he gets back up and does that sort of goes back into his stance that Rosie's taught him and swings again. 17.
That'll hit. Okay.
And then he's going to spend another one. So he's down to 2. The 11 doesn't hit.
Nope. Zephyrin.
Zephyrin is going to rolls his shoulders, pulls out his short sword, and he's going to attack the goat man in front of him again.
Okay. That'll hit.
That's what I like to see. So there's that. And then now the goat man that's working on the door, is he within 5 feet of me?
There is 5 feet between you, so if you have a reach weapon, it'll hit, but if it's just a melee weapon, it will not.
No, this is actually just for getting sneak attack against this guy, because as a swashbuckler, I get sneak attack as long as I don't have disadvantage and there's nothing surrounding me.
He is not within 5 feet of you. Nothing. Well, yeah, nothing is within 5 feet of you.
Okay. Then he takes a whole lot of damage. The guy that I just hit.
He is dead. He turns into red haze as you just slice the ever-loving heckins out of him. And his buddy looks back and kind of draws away from the door with his weapon out.
And is... Well, it probably, if I wanted to try to kind of pull out of whatever seems like it's grasping me, that would probably be an action, wouldn't it?
I'll let you either make a knowledge roll or attempt to get out as a bonus action. It is going to be at this point a strength saving throw.
I guess I'll just try the strength saving throw then.
Okay. Nope. Okay. It is now the goatman's turn. This one closes the door and starts heading over. Please, little girl, you're going to get hurt. And, oh, I forgot to make the horsey roll. So the horse just like kicks the ever-loving crap out of that lock, and the door flies open and knocks this guy over and prone as it charges out and attempts to strike at this goatman with its feet. And hits. And
horsey.
Then its movement concluded. It starts glowing. But that will be the end of its turn. The horse.
Unsettling.
I need this horse.
We all need this horse.
I love this horse already.
Okay,
It's
and
the
then
true hero of the Feywild.
this goatman is going to move around Ronan, and sensing that Fable is a bigger threat, is going to try and hit Fable. The other one is going to try and hit the other one just got knocked prone, so is gonna stand up. Okay, does an 18 hit Ronan, or sorry, hit Fable?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh man.
5 damage.
I don't know where all my health went. But,
That's literally what I'm looking at going, oh no.
yeah, I'm not doing
Damn
great.
pixies. And then versus Zephyrin. I assume that's gonna hit.
Yes.
5 more damage.
Okay.
And we are to Fable.
I would like to raise my sword above my head and scream.
Like
And-
or like a
Well, I feel like she thinks it's like but she's so small that like I think it comes out like a squeal. Like, but she's gonna go and she's gonna whack the goat person in front of her.
Okay.
And also be like, "Don't worry about me," to the person behind her, which he should be very worried because she just rolled a 7.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. I would like, as my bonus action, I would like to face step to behind this one.
Okay.
And she's gonna like get on her tiptoes and like whisper towards his ear and be like, "Okay, maybe I did need some help."
Next up. Zephyrin, make me a dexterity save at disadvantage, and Ronan, make me a dexterity save normally.
I would like to, on that roll, I would like to use a charge of my Ring of Evasion to succeed.
Okay. You are able to avoid getting your hands restricted. And Ronan, you still feel super creeped out, something. And
Creeped out that his friends are here killing people.
okay, cool.
And now there's a glowing horse.
Oh no, he's fascinated by the glowing
Oh,
horse.
yeah. That's true.
Ronan, you are up.
Oh no. Okay. He's just gonna keep fighting. He's getting up. He's sort of like. He's probably got like. He's really low, so he's probably like spat some blood out on the floor and just trying to attack as he can.
That'll hit. Okay.
And then I'll do one more, but I'm gonna do it at advantage.
Okay. That'll hit. Okay. He's not looking good, but he's still up.
Die, Goatman! Like, it's Ronan's just losing it.
Zephyrin?
Attacking goat man in front of me.
Okay. That'll hit. Okay.
And bam.
And he is no more.
May I use my bonus action again to another strength save against this thing?
Nope. Next is the goatman. The one in front of Fable jumps and says, "Don't worry, I will clear these prisoners out of your way."
No, because the prisoners aren't attacking me. You're the I don't know if they're your friends, but you should really look into who you spend your time with because they're the ones who are hurting me.
And he runs up but isn't able to get an attack off to Ronan. And shouts at his friend, "Don't, you must stop attacking. This child needs to make it to safety. This goat traitor needs to die."
Wait, no. You just hear Fable be like, "This is not what I asked for."
And the one with Ronan is going to swing. Does a 10 hit? All right. This one is going to start like tentatively creeping in towards the battle, but not fully leaving the post yet. And Fable.
Oh my good gracious. Everybody always doesn't do the things that I want them to do. I would like to yell to Ronan to take off the hat so that they know that Ronan
It is off. I took it off.
Oh, you're not
I'm not a goat.
You're
Can
a
I
treacherous goat. You're secretly a cat. Or maybe
Yeah.
you're a goat
How
who thinks he's a cat. We're not sure.
many of these how okay, the squares on the board are they how many
5.
feet are they?
Yeah.
5? Okay, so because I would really like to just run and hug Ronan so that they can't hit Ronan without hitting me. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I'm so close. That's close enough. Wow, and I don't think I can do anything. I could. Well, I can't firebolt because I'm not in anger yet. Wow, I don't know what to do. Everybody panic. I would like. I don't know what to do. I don't think I can do anything. Everything I have will hurt everybody. Okay, I'm just gonna stand there because I can't do anything, and that's gonna be my turn. Wait, hold on. I may have one bardic inspiration left. I have one, so I'm gonna give that to Ronan. I'm gonna bardically inspire Ronan to not die.
Alrighty. And oh, I didn't do horse's turn. Y'all have to tell me when I don't do horse's turn. So the horse glows even brighter and just starts elongating an alarming amount. Doesn't get it doesn't get any wider, just seems to stretch, and like as though it was a man in a horse costume or two people in a horse costume, and the butt just starts walking away and just fabric is just in the middle. So it's not even like the snoot elongates, just the body gets longer and longer. And we are going to go back to the top. You all see 2 spiders spindle down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And they are big and gross and shiny and somewhat glistening. And they seem upset. To say the least, they seem upset. So one of them is going to attempt to bite Fable. Does not. The other one starts really working on squirting butt juice at Zephyrin. And as it starts working on that, you realize that that's what's been holding you very steady. So it is going to not be very effective at that. It doesn't seem to get any worse for you. And it is on to Ronan's turn.
Okay, he's not looking good, but he is going to attack again. He's just got like a grudge against this one goat man right now. And I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Okay.
And
grudge match, goat edition.
Yeah!
That'll hit.
And I roll there we go. Is that?
That's not doubled, no.
There we go. He's
Okay.
so done with this goat man.
Goat man, grudge match edition. He dies as you punch him and
Street Fighter knockout sound.
It's like sort of like drop kick flying through the air, like
he just splats against a wall.
Yes.
Okay. You have a creepy looking spider and another goatman by you.
I think he's gonna turn around really, really angry and see this spider and just try to drop his foot down onto it. He goes into whatever equivalent. Oh yes, he is.
That'll hit.
Rages.
Okay. All right. And you see a couple of the eyes on the spider that's looking at you, Fable, just drift up. And Ronan, you see them roll to the back of the head. Not in like a eye-rolling fashion, but like as though its skin is a liquid and they're floating to the back to look at you.
I don't like these spiders.
That's what normal spiders do, right? Is that not what they do?
No.
Zephyrin, you're up.
Killing the spider. Trying to.
Okay. 10 is not gonna hit.
Bonus action attack with the short sword.
Okay. 7 is also not gonna hit.
Dang it.
Okay. It is on to the goatman's turn. And this one is gonna hold his position. The other one is going to attack at Ronan.
Oh no.
Grudge match!
Oh.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
6.
Ronan is down.
Okay. And the horse continues to elongate. And it sneezes. And Ronan, as the light is fading from your eyes and this horse sneezes, its hair kind of spikes out over the battlefield, and everything, monsters and allies, get 7 hit points back.
Oh.
I just got saved by a horse sneeze.
You do have glowing, curiously long hair stuck kind of snottily to one side of you.
Because I'm worth it.
You will start prone though, as you have been passed out. On to Fable. You have a spoder with 6 eyes looking at you.
Well, what else do you do with that? Okay, well, so I think that I saw all of what just ensued, which made me really angry typically, because when things don't go my way, I get angry. I'm gonna firebolt the spider.
Okay, is it a save from me or is that an attack roll?
I think it's an attack roll.
Okay.
Let me double check. You would think after using this spell so many times I would know, but the reality is I don't. I hurl a mote of fire, make a ranged spell attack. So
Okay.
I'm gonna roll that d20. That was the worst thing ever. Why did that happen?
You hurl a mote of fire and it lights a torch on the other side of the room.
It happened because Roll20.
For my next act.
Fable looks at this spider and goes, "You see what I did there? Watch yourself."
It seems unconcerned as it goes to bite you.
That's great. I can't do anything.
Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
Zephyrin, it is going to give up on its pursuits of what it's trying to do to you. Make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. You feel it creep up further and can no longer move your arms. You are still able to breathe. The rest of you can see as Zephyrin is getting increasingly encased in something. It looks like he's just becoming increasingly paralyzed.
Can I try to break out, or is that past? Am I past that point
No,
now?
you'll be able to try to break out
Okay.
on your turn. And it is on to Renan's turn.
Okay, so Ronan's gonna get up. He's gonna get up, and he doesn't really know what just happened. Is he sort of got hit, and it's like he just came straight back up and was looking like Fizz flicking it off. In fact, no, because it might heal them. I'm gonna attack. Again, he's just gonna lash out at that spider.
Okay.
17.
That'll hit.
4. And I'm gonna go down to 1, and then do one more attack.
13 does not hit.
Dang it.
Another eye drifts back to look at you. It's a pretty guy.
I want to just look at it and go like, stare right back.
Zephyrin. So it is a bonus action to try to break with a strength save.
All right, let's give it a try.
Okay. 4 will not do it.
Can I use my action to try again?
You may. A 2 will also not do it. But
The rolls just keep getting lower.
that just means it has to go back up to the top next, right?
I hope so.
I don't think you can roll a 0, so
It's not an int save, so no.
Now the horse begins to effatinate.
That's a big horse.
Yes, it is. It is now still just the same height as a horse, but is getting fatter and longer. And everyone who got sneezed on. Gets another 8 HP back.
Ooh.
Including the spiders.
Well, mine didn't take any damage. So
True that. Okay.
I'm back at full.
And it is the goat's turns. This one will tentatively step forth to try to swat at the giant horse. And it's gonna hit. And then the other one is going to go after Ronan. 10 does not hit.
Nope.
And we are back to Fable.
I'm gonna whack this spider.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Give him a good whack.
Well, that was disappointing.
'Tis a whack, to be sure.
A for effort.
She really did it with enthusiastically. Yeah, that's all I can really do. So that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. On to the spiders. One is biting at Fable, which might actually hit. Be still my heart. That is a 16 to hit.
Well, that's not fair. That hits.
Okay, it does 3 piercing damage and make me a con save. It does not pass.
So what happens?
You take a lot of poison damage.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't have much in me.
What a disappointing fact. You take 20 poison damage. Are you knocked out?
I'm so knocked out, it's not even funny.
Excellent.
Gonna have to the horsey heels?
Okay, so if you are reduced to 0, you are stable, but you are keyword poisoned.
What if I'm reduced to -4?
Just if you're knocked unconscious, you are stabilized. So you don't have to make death saving throws, but you will be keyword poisoned for an hour.
Okay.
Okay. It is on to the other spider, who is going to try to I think bite Zephyrin. Well, the horse is a pretty big target, but well, neither the horse nor Zephyrin has hit it, but the horse has significantly greater stomping potential. So that is gonna hit.
Yep.
Not that much. Okay, so you take 10 piercing damage and make me a Constitution saving throw.
10 piercing damage.
2 piercing damage.
Oh,
yes.
I
No.
sounded like you said 10. I was like, oh my god.
A 5 is not going to get you there.
That 20 is just taunting me right now.
You take 21 points of poison damage. Does that knock you out?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I am so glad I took those 2 levels in Fighter.
So you are not unconscious. It is on to Ronan's turn.
Okay, Ronan is, I'm seeing Fable go down and is just now going to start attacking to try and get to Fable.
Okay.
So, oh dear.
Does not hit.
16?
Is this versus the goatman or the spider?
This is the spider.
Okay. A 16 will hit. Okay.
6. That's the end of his turn. He's just turning to make his way to Fable.
Zephyrin. You may
Guess I'm
attempt try to break free. That will do it. You have your arms.
Okay, now you said that was a bonus action? Then I am going to use my action to stab at this spider with gusto.
Stab with gusto. That'll hit.
And because attack.
Okay, so that's 17 total.
Is the spider still up?
It is. It is not looking good though.
Okay, I'm going to action surge. And I'll stab you again.
That's gonna hit. Roll me damage.
That spider's dead. I think sneak attack's only once per turn, right?
I believe so.
Yes, once per turn. So yeah.
But it is enough. That was the sound of a spider splatting. A splatter, if you will.
Dig it. I'm in for it.
Okay, so Ronan and Zephyrin, make me a dexterity saving throw to not be knocked prone as the horse expands further. Okay.
This horse.
What
You are
is
slid.
happening?
To about here. Oh god. Oh no, the satyr is within the horse bubble. Okay. Ugh, the other satyr's in the horse bubble.
The horse bubble.
Oh, Zephyr's in the horse bubble. Okay. Alright. As the horse continues to expand out in a large chunky mass.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh Lord, he coming.
And everyone who has horse snot on you regains 10 hit points. So Fable, you are back up to 10 hit points. You are knocked prone though, so you are on the floor. And
Do the dinosaur.
I was back up to full health.
And Fable, it is your turn.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay. So I guess when you're knocked prone, use your full movement or half movement to stand.
Half movement to stand.
Okay. I will stand and I will whack the spider with a sword. Can I do that?
Mhm.
Why me?
Can you do that? 3 does not hit it.
Wow. Now she's like fuming. Her hair's like going crazy, but she can't do anything. So she's just gonna like stand there and stare at it, like huffing and puffing.
All right. You huff, you puff. The spider does not get blown over. It does, however, go to bite Ronan. As it swiggles around, and now 3 eyes are pointing backwards towards Fable, and 5 eyes are pointing at you. Okay. That is going to be an 11.
So it's not a hit.
Okay. That is the Spoder's turn. It is now on to the Ronan's turn.
Ronan is trying to keep this thing's attention on him, so he's going to attack the spider. 14.
That hits.
And then he's going to attack again
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay.
Thank God.
That'll hit. Okay.
Okay, let's just go.
All right. On to Zephyrin.
I guess I'm going to run, like, kind of. How many? Each square is 5 feet?
Mhm.
Okay. So Zephyrin is going to move as much as he can. Let me see. So he's going to run to there, which I think is his max movement. And then
Okay.
he's going to throw one of his daggers at Goatman over. Wait, hang on. Let me. What is my throwing range?
Usually, I think it's 30 at close range, which should be fine.
Okay, yeah. Assuming he can throw without any disadvantage or anything, he's going to throw a dagger at that goat man.
Okay. Does not hit. And do you have a bonus action to do?
I'm gonna leave it at that
Okay.
because I only have one other dagger and I don't want to lose them both, just in
Okay.
case.
This goat man approaches you. A 9 does not hit, I assume. And versus Fable, a 15. Okay. Swinging at you.
Sorry.
Oh wait, no, not against Fable because he thinks
Is that
Fable's
my friend?
Yeah. So he's within the horse block, but he's gonna walk up to Ronan and try to hit Ronan. So does a 15 hit Ronan? Okay.
No.
5 points.
Hurt my friend.
He's a
Sorry,
danger.
I'm basically at full health right now.
You're like,
I'm feeling good.
feel it, Mr. Krabs. And it is on to Fable.
I have a serious dilemma. My
What?
friends are hurting my friends, and that's not how this is supposed to work. I am going to whack at the spider again.
Okay.
Where are you, Lonzo?
That'll hit.
Yes. I will damage the spider.
Okay.
Not as much as I would like to, but it'll do. It'll do. And then, can I use hugging as a bonus action?
Yeah.
I would like to move over to Ronan. I'm gonna hug Ronan so that my other friend can't hurt my friend without hurting me.
Okay. Your friend seems very confused and says, "What is the meaning of this? This is not a friend. This is a dangerous enemy."
The only thing dangerous is you hurting people.
I glare back at him through the hug, like.
But he has killed more of ours than we have killed of his.
I have killed nothing! I am the only one in this group that has killed nothing!
He has harmed more of ours.
Fable's just like patting Ronan's back to him.
He's like, it's not fair! Like, he's now like.
He lied to us.
Teary-eyed.
If
You
infiltrated
are
us.
literally imprisoning people, and you're calling me a liar?
We are prison guards. That is our job.
Fable is gonna like stand with her hands in both, like
I'm
between
now
both.
like, I'm not looking at the spider. I'm just like, you. Start arguing with this.
Well, this is different. So the cat is like, and then the goatman's like.
It's the whole other way round.
Fable would like to turn and look at the goat person and say, if we're gonna be friends, you can't hurt my friends. And if you can convince your friends not to hurt my friends, we won't hurt your friends either.
And I give
Well,
him a big toothy grin. Like a
We
cat
agreed,
lick.
then we fight the horse.
Dude, Fable's gonna turn to Ronan and be like, do we need to fight the horse? Or can the horse be a part of the
Technically,
friendship
it
equation?
sneezed on me and I'm feeling a lot better now, so I don't know.
Are we
However, I would like to leave the room if it gets any bigger.
Well,
Speaking of,
Oh.
Ronan and Fable, make me a dexterity save.
oh no. It's never a good thing.
Hey, Fable, you're gonna be knocked prone,
Oh man.
as is the goatman friend as the horse continues to expand and pushes
What
you
are they
out.
feeding this thing?
And Zephyrin, as you become squished up against the side of the hawk and the wall, you are going to take 3 points of smushing damage. Escaping will be considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
Okay. As the horse appears to be filling the space of its container.
You know when cats get in boxes? Like-
And nine hit points back.
Yeah.
So we're agreed we fight the horse. Please. get pushed out. This guy gets pushed
I just
over.
want to say, anyone who comes into this campaign the first time, they're literally going to look at the screen and see this massing heifer of a horse, and they're like, what is happening?
Just growing pains,
For us, like...
You will note as the horse has expanded, it is reaching the point where it will start blocking off the door to Zephyrin's dad. And we are on to the Spoders. Spoder,
Only
I
one left,
suppose. Yeah. As it swiggles around to try to... it's going to try to web Fable. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. That'll do it. It seems like...
I would like to make the same noise back.
the cat who normally hisses is just like... And Ronan, it is your turn.
Hang on, what have I got? God, that horse. Okay, hang on. Where am I? I'm gonna attack the goat man. He's close. I'm just gonna be like, not like in an aggressive. I said an aggressive. I want to attack him non-aggressively. I mean, I don't want to kill him. I want to grab him and be like, "You're either with us or you're against us," and I want to slap him around the face, please.
Okay. That won't hit.
Hang on, wait. Can I use my die of inspiration?
Yes.
Is that D6? I can't remember.
Or a D8 at this point, Fable.
6.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Oh, that doesn't recognize me. 14.
A 14. Let's see. Meets beats. It'll hit.
Yes. I'm gonna slap him around the face with a 4.
Okay. What is your proposed plan?
We need to get out of here! Like, because he just sort of runs forward. He's like, something real bad's gonna happen, and I'm not talking about the horse. And he's like, get the people out of the cages.
Roll me a persuasion.
I would like to use advantage,
Okay.
please. Oh, hang on, that's perception. Damn, that would have been good. 20.
Even better.
Okay. He kind of looks rattled and nods at you, and he will gesture to one of the corpses of goatmen that's just been shoved out by this horse body. I believe there are some extra keys there and there. It will go faster if we work together.
Okay, I go straight to the keys.
And it is Zephyrin's turn.
First, I'm going to wiggle out of being trapped between the horse and the wall, like away from the goat man, and I'm to try to like kind of scramble, I guess, under the horse to my friends.
Okay.
So you said it's difficult terrain.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my boots of speed. Still check. Bonus action, click the boots heels together. If you do, the boots double your walking speed, and any creature that makes opportunity attack can choose disadvantage. Okay, so yeah, I click the heels of the boots together, squeeze out, and just move as far as I can towards my friends.
Okay. What is the move speed?
My base move speed is 30, so I guess
Okay.
it would be up 60.
Okay. So for counting it difficult terrain, you would end up here in 60. But
Here?
if that is just, does it take an action to activate your boots, or can you just do it?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, so you can use your action then to keep moving another move, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll just move over. I'll move over here. Wait, here.
The horse is still growing.
Yeah.
Okay. It is on to the goat's turn. He will go over and unlock the nearest door. So if you want to take opportunity attacks, Fable and Ronan, you will have a chance to here. And then he'll go ahead and move over to this one.
Can we just roll a straight attack then, or?
Yeah, if you wanna hit him.
I think he will try. 25.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. Okay. 6, 4. Okay. Fable, are you gonna opportunity attack him? Or no?
Wait, my friend, the ghost?
Yeah.
No, he's my friend.
He's helping us.
Out of the cage.
So he moves away and gets hit by Ronan, and he turns back, and then he will re-engage with Ronan.
Fable rolls her eyes.
He's like, come at me! Like, I have my arms out.
It's a 13 hit.
No!
I thought we had a plan. I was trying to free people, and now you're going with me.
I mistook you for another goat man. I'm sorry.
What? Did you look in the mirror and you see me?
I'm not a goat man anymore.
I know that. And then the other goat man is going to flee to this door and open it. And the expanding horse is going to expand ever more. So I'm going to need dexterity saves to avoid getting knocked prone.
Oh dear.
Okay. So Ronan, you're going to be knocked prone. Prone and Ronan.
Does this thing ever stop growing?
I told you it is very bad for it to be alive.
Why are you keeping it in a place?
It was a traitor to the throne.
Who is this horse?
We don't name the animal.
That is rude.
Oh gosh. And Fable, it is your turn.
So wait, is my goat friend fighting us again, or did they work out their problems?
He seems right now to be re-engaged with Ronan. Ronan has given 0 reason for him to trust him.
Where are the keys?
They're lying on corpses at your feet. It is easy enough to pick them up.
I will grab them and start unlocking doors. I'm gonna let Ronan and my goat friend figure it out because I can't. I can't right now. There are more important people to save.
Okay, so this cage and this cage contain people that you know. There is a spider.
Oh, chicky nuggies. I guess I'm actually gonna attack the spider first.
Okay.
So I will use 5 to get to it. I will...
8 does not hit.
Well, I will pretend like I'm cool. So it is only... attacks of opportunity only occur when you leave within like a 5-foot radius, correct?
Yeah, so like you could stand
move
there.
within it,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna move within it so that I'm close. Wait, can I be right here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move right there, and then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Next up is the spider. Does a 21 hit you, Fable?
Unfortunately.
Okay. It does 8 piercing damage.
Holy chicken nuggets!
And make me a Constitution saving throw, and we will recall what happened before.
I would like to roll. Do I have advantage?
You have an auto success, and you have advantage.
I'm gonna roll with advantage. Oops, it was the first one, which was the same 2 numbers. Wait, I rolled 4 12s.
Roll 20, why?
Interesting. But a 12 does not quite pass the muster. And it will inflict poison damage on you.
Wow, I think I'm dead again.
it's a possibility that you survive.
20.
Potentially. 20.
Wait, is it really 20 again?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
It rolled the minimum and the maximum, so it's playing fair.
In what world is that fair?
And Ronan.
He's gonna be heading towards these cages to try and get people out.
Okay.
Have I got the keys, or do I need to get to the keys?
You can just pick them up. It's gonna just be
Okay.
nothing to.
Yeah, he's just literally going to all of the cages and then opening everything.
Okay, are you going to the one with Rosie?
Yeah, he'll probably instinctively run to Rosie first.
Okay.
He won't stop to chat, but like he will, yeah.
Okay, so you can get there
Mhm.
and you can unlock it. It's gonna be a bonus action to unlock it.
Okay.
So I think standing there, you would not take an opportunity attack from the spoder, and the goatmen will very glaringly watch you go past, but will not make an opportunity
If
attack.
he glares at me, then I will glare straight back. And I'm literally just using my turn to unlock.
Okay. All right. So you have one cage unlocked, and they seem like they're in kind of a trance as the door comes open and just look at you, Rosie, and I guess you'd probably know it's Winnie's mom. And they don't move. They just very cow eyes look at you. Do you say anything to them, or just...
I think he looks at me as just like, get out the cage and wait over there, and then runs on to the next cage. He's not really trying to deal with them at the moment.
Okay. If you're going to try to get to Zephyr's dad, you are going to take an opportunity attack from the spider.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that is...
hits.
Okay. Okay, it's 1 point of piercing damage, and then go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear.
Not gonna make it.
It's that good.
That was 18 points of damage.
Holy moly. Okay.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Good. And then it is Zephyr's turn.
So did Ronan unlock the cage with Zephyr's dad?
I don't think yet. I moved you. I'm sorry, Ronan. I think Ronan is here. Here, ready to unlock the cage. This cage is unlocked, but the people are just sort of staring out glassy-eyed.
Okay, I think Zephyr is going to see them still just kind of standing in a daze, and he is going to run around to the cage and try to snap them out of it.
Okay.
With his boots of speed still active, he's going to kind of go around, kind of give both of these two a wide enough berth so he doesn't take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's going to start with Rosie and kind of maybe shake her a little bit.
When you enter the cage, it's almost like you're passing in through a film, and you enter the cage and you can see a line, not fully formed yet, but a ribbon extending up from her head and from Marie's head. And as you shake her, she turns glassy eyes and seems distantly aware of what's going on, and puts a hand on your shoulder, and it's very, very cold.
Okay. Can I try to pull her out of the cage and see if that does anything?
What's your strength score?
My strength score is 10.
Okay. That's enough. You'll be able to pull her out. She's an older lady. She's not that big. She's a halfling, right? So she comes pretty easily, and you're able to pull her out. And she stands there, looking around like she's half asleep, as this ribbon continues to elongate and extend.
And there's no sign of her. Does it look like she's starting to come around?
No.
Okay. I think at this point Zephyr's just gonna look to the others and call and say, "There's something wrong with them. I don't know. I don't know if we can get them out of here in time." And he's kind of looks at the goat man. He's, What did you do to them?
I don't do anything. I do not do magic.
Do I still have bonus action or anything?
Yeah.
I guess Zephyr is gonna try to. He's gonna. Well, this magic circle is probably gonna draw his attention. He's going to see if he can think of something, like if the magic circle is having an effect or something.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana. They don't seem to really be interacting. It's definitely a magic circle, but you would expect it to be like arcing towards it or glowing or someone like chanting arcane, like nothing's at it, but it just seems to be happening.
Okay. I guess that is gonna be it for my turn.
Okay. The goat man will go ahead and hustle over here and unlock this door. And this guy comes out and seems to be walking normally as he exits. And then the goat man shuffles a couple more. And it is Fable's turn.
So, I don't do saves, but I am still unconscious. What happens?
Yeah, so go ahead and just roll a d20.
Okay.
Okay. So you're not able to come to as you're still knocked out. And the horse expands further. And as its entire girth comes over this magic circle, there is a flash of light as it seems to get sucked in, almost like it's getting flushed down the toilet into this magic circle, and it disappears. But before it disappears, 10 hit points to all affected with snot. And with that lovely visual of long pancake horse getting flushed down a mysterious toilet, we are going to go to our break.
Yeah.
So everyone, if you want to go take a stretch, go take a little snack break. We will be back in about 5-ish minutes to finish the Ballad of the Spider and the Mysteriously Long Horse. Well, hi, welcome back. We were in the middle of a combat with a very large pancake horse that just got flushed down an arcane toilet. We now have one very venomous spider.
I mean, it's not a sentence I thought I'd hear.
There's only so many sentences in this campaign. Cannot.
And I love every single one of them.
We have one venomous spider, a goatman on the other side of the room that was saving people from said pancake horse. But now that there's no pancake horse, are they still going to be happy with freeing the prisoners? Who knows? We also have two, at least, glassy-eyed prisoners with ribbons stretching out from their heads that don't seem altogether cooperative. And it is the spider's turn.
That is not my friend.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Fable.
But I'm still on the ground.
You're still a threat.
It's not fair. I'm a ninja roller.
You are barely able to avoid this web as you see it squirt out of its butt, and it skitters around you, and just when you think you would get an opportunity attack, it vanishes into the portal as well after the horse, and your blade slashes out into air. And Ronan,
Yes.
it is you.
Okay, so what is actually left?
Zephyr's dad is in a cage.
Okay.
There is a goat man who let someone go.
I'm gonna just get Zephyr's dad out of the cage then.
Okay. Similar, when you open the door, this guy shoves past you and moves out. And Zephyr's dad seems to be very glassy-eyed and unresponsive.
Yeah, he's very much, excuse me, sir, and walks in, takes his hand and pulls him out because he's seen that none of them are really particularly coherent at the moment, so he's leading him out rather than...
He follows you very kind of staggeringly, but he will come after you. And Zephyrin.
Zephyrin, after taking Rosie out of pushing Rosie out of the cage, I think he's going to go back in and, now that the horse is gone and there's less urgency, he's going to go in and lead Winnie's mom out of the cage. Yeah, Marie. Okay.
Yeah, you're able to do so, and similarly seems very dazed as she comes out.
Oh, and he's also going to, after he does that, he's just going to click the boots together again to deactivate them.
Okay. And it is now the goatman's turn. And
Just a quick question.
Yes.
All right. How many minutes do you think that would have been that he had the boots activated? I think it was like 2 turns.
So each turn is 6 seconds. So 12 seconds.
Okay.
So the goatman is focused on freeing the prisoners and not facing this horse, and goes up and unlocks another door and then puts the horn back to his lips and blows it, and the gate that had fallen over the staircase rises, and he turns around about to yell for you and sees that the horse is gone and says, "This is wonderful," and slams the cell door back. "We don't need to evacuate any prisoners now." And he walks up and attempts to grapple this escaping prisoner. God, why am I typing that? And doesn't. Well, maybe this guy's bad. Yeah, and is able to restrain him. They both look like they're doing a pretty sloppy job of it, though.
They look more like they're dancing.
Yeah. dancing with like manacles. And he looks across the way at you all and realizes the amount of outnumbered he is, and looks very uncomfortable and shifty. And if you all want, we can fall out of initiative order.
I would
Good
like
if
to
it-
try to hold the goat man's hand.
Okay. If you start approaching, he'll say, "Wait, this dangerous criminal I must put back in the cage."
We're all dangerous criminals.
He looks a bit unnerved and forces the prisoner back, and then kind of protectively gets you over and says, "What about these hooligans?"
Friends. Friends, friends. Friends, 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 friends. Friend, friend, friend. She's just like pointing at everybody, connecting the dots of friendship.
But these older ones, they don't seem properly aged to be friends.
Wait, who is he referring to?
The Rosie and Marie and Zephyr's dad.
Oh. Adults of friends, but friends.
You can have friends of all ages.
But not you. You hit me many times. I don't like you.
Well, we all go through
He just
our
frowns
moments.
at him.
Listen, do I need to put you two in timeout? Fable looks at both of them with like.
He started it.
Oh, you started it. You come in
I
here
did not.
impersonating
You
my
called
people.
me a liar.
What, you were in my dungeon pretending you were a goat man. You were a cat man.
Can I ask what? Oh, not a cat man. Tabaxi. Like he's sort of really. He's like, also, what kind of inappropriately built prison is this if you can't contain a horse?
It was very difficult to contain horse. You see how big it gets so fast.
Well, then you're the Feywild. You should have precautions in place.
Yeah, what kind of horse was that?
I thought this was your job. Like, it's Ronan is like, he does not like being called a liar.
Yes, it is my job, but it is not my job to try to fend off, what, the three of you?
My children.
Very capable children with very capable legs.
It's true. It's very true.
I think at this point, Zephyr's run over to his dad, and he's trying to snap him out of his stupor.
You go ahead and make me a charisma roll. Ruler's choice. If you have proficiency in something, you can add it.
I mean, proficiency in. Oh, like so not a save, but a skill?
Right. There's not really an applicable skill for "I'm your son, please listen to me." But that's the rule. A child's voice on your ears.
I guess persuasion makes the most sense to me.
Okay. All right. So what are you saying to him to snap him out of it?
He's kind of just at a loss because his dad has always been the strongest person that he's known. So seeing his dad like this is kind of shaking him. So he's just kind of shaking him and just yelling, "Dad, it's me, it's Zephyr. Wake up."
And he rolls his head towards you, and you see that the color has half drained out of his eyes. And he says, "Zephyr?"
Yeah, it's me. We have to go home.
Home.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with all of them?
I don't know. And I think at this point, Zephyr just kind of just wraps his arm, like just hugs his dad.
He feels very cold.
Fable would like to turn to Goatman and say, I need you to take me to the queen.
All right. Are you insisting on these friends of yours also?
Well, we're a package deal.
Everyone hold hands. Where is Winnie? It's like Ronan looks around.
Zephyr pulls away from his dad and looks at the magic circle, and he's one of the spiders wrapped her up in that web, and then she disappeared. I don't know where she is.
Why is Winnie always the one disappearing and turning into bushes and sticks and...
She did make a good stick.
She was a great stick. She was a good bush too, but you know.
What is a Winnie?
It's not the Winnie. Oh, Winnie.
She's gonna be the next queen, and I'm gonna be the co-queen. Shh.
That is treasonous talk. I would not say it loudly, little girl.
Oh. But I can whisper it, right?
Because
then it's the
queen does not
secret.
hear you.
We have a secret.
He kind of looks uncomfortably at you. You're a kid, but still
We're
speaking
friends.
against the queen. Right. Still probably a card you keep close to the chest, yes?
Okay, and she kind of looks as it like for a piece of paper to write it down on, like folds it like a card and like holds it to her. She does it like that.
Yes, something like that. When you hold something close to the chest, it is you don't gamble, do you? You're too young for this.
What's gambling?
Alright, so imagine you write something in the air and you put it in your heart. That is to keep close to the chest.
Somebody get me an air pen.
Or you can just close your eyes and wish it, and then it goes from your brain to your chest.
Oh, okay. And like Fable like braces herself and like holds her fist and closes her eyes real tight. She's like, okay, I'm ready.
I'm sorry to say, I probably should not neglect the dungeon with me being the only one of the guards that's left.
But they're locked up. What are they gonna do?
What did the horse do? It was locked up.
That was
Yeah.
a very strange horse.
Why only when it left the pen did it start to grow?
All there's
Also,
enchantments and
I mean,
such.
I know it's like a traitor against the crown, but what did it actually do?
It can do a lot of damage.
Fair.
I can see that. Also, there is one other. Zephyr points over to the entrance where that other goat man is just kind of hanging out, sitting in the corner.
Yes, but he is like a janitor. Does not do much of the guarding. He hits people with a stick. That's about it.
Think of it as a promotion.
Again, like
Fable-
Ronan's like, I hit people with a stick.
He's just like saying all the worst things.
And he's just like,
And you do really good at it.
it's like crossing his little scrawny arms, but he just looks very
I can-
harumphingly.
Do an escort.
Pass.
if you wish.
Zephyr pats Ronan on the shoulder.
And he's like, I can hit people with a stick.
Fable feels very uncomfortable because their friends are not getting along.
There, let me get you an escort. The queen's most trusted.
It's you, right? I knew it.
No, it is not.
Who is it then?
Oh.
His name is Myth.
No, I don't want to talk to whoever that is. That sounds like not a good person.
No,
And my
he's
name's Fable, so I would know.
he's a very good person. Very dependable.
Why? What are his qualifications?
He listens to rules a lot. And he's very strong.
You can listen to rules, but you don't have to obey them.
So he obeys the rules of the queen.
But what if he starts to attack me? Fable looks up with really big puppy dog eyes.
I do not think he will.
And I lean into like the eyeliner and go, how do you know? And look over at Fable.
I suppose we could both take you together.
Because you all attacked her at first.
I did not attack this child.
No, but others
We've
did.
been friends since the beginning. Fable puts her hands on her hips.
The others did though. What if they have a misunderstanding?
I can introduce you properly then.
Okay.
All right. And he walks up to the wall and presses a stone in. And he says, yes, I have some people who would like to speak with Her Majesty, the Queen. And the circle in the middle glows for a moment. And when it glows, you can see the ribbons that are coming off of your parents' heads stretch towards it, almost as though like blown by a gust of wind. And then as it deactivates, they go and flutter back to straight up. And standing in the middle of the circle appears to be Legend.
Fable goes and tackles him.
I'm like, whoa! I sort of grab Fable. Can I try to grab Fable to just be
Please
like,
do.
whoa?
Yes.
Hold me back.
Make an athletics or an acrobatics.
Do I need to roll against that or just let it happen?
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
you think
Jordan.
Fable
Oh
would fight.
no, I should have used an advantage.
Well, Jordan is 110% fine with Ronan, but Fable is very dedicated. What do I need to roll?
An athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, I'm gonna do athletics.
Okay, so Ronan, you're able to restrain Fable. It's not quite a big enough success to literally tackle to the ground, but it's one of those like, let me at him. And the man who stands before you seems to be older than the Legend you know. And he sniffs derisively and says, what? And the goatman's like, please, these people, they wish to speak with Her Majesty. And he looks over and smirks and says, yeah, I think we met before.
Oh! And she's like fighting against Ronan so hard. Like she doesn't have her sword in her hand, but she is ready. She wants to. Oh, just let me at him. Let me at him, Ronan. You know that he's not a good person. I know how to knock some sense into him. He's my fake brother. Like,
It's just
let me at him.
Whoa. Once we get him to the Queen, then you can kick him.
Difference, just staring very hard at him. Just not his hands on either of his weapons, but you tell by his posture that he's ready to draw them at a moment's notice.
And
But if I'm gonna be the next co-queen, Winnie would not be very proud of me for kicking somebody in front of the now queen.
and sort of leans in. It's like,
If you want, I'll do it.
Okay. And Fable like will stop struggling, but is like staring down Myth like evil eye.
Myth stares
Technically,
back.
you can command me to do it when you're queen.
Myth
I can
stares
take his
back with
place.
gray eyes and looks completely unconcerned, arrogantly unconcerned. Are you about done then with whatever that was?
then Ronan is like,
You
can do it like this, and he just looks him up and down. It's not okay.
Fable's hair is just getting bigger and bigger as she just turns brighter red, how angry she is. And she's gonna be like, yeah, it's done. Just next time you're gonna end up like a toasted marshmallow.
And he laughs at that and says, right, are those split souls coming with us?
And again, Ronan looks over. It's like, why are you like this? Who hurt you? Like, He's looking at it's like,
Because you're not going to get invited to many birthday parties if you keep acting like this.
I don't need birthday parties. My sole duty is to serve the queen.
he sort of again looks at him, he's like, and looks back at Faye, was like,
Yeah, I don't think has he ever actually been invited to one?
Are you sure I can't tackle him?
I would advise no as your future advisor.
Fable straightens up and like does like a really regal nod.
he does like a little bit of a bow.
And Fable will say, "Take us to your leader."
You heard the lady!
Well, I don't want to cart them around and gestures to the adults. So if you want them to come, you're gonna have to bring them yourself.
Well,
You
yeah.
are so lazy in your old age.
It's not my job. It's not what I get paid to do.
What do you get paid to do?
Whatever my queen asks of me.
Well, I'm the new queen, so take me to your leader.
All I see is frizz on your head, not a tiara.
Oh!
And I literally just let go of it.
You can do it.
Wait, no, Fable's gonna go to tackle him again. Are you sure you're gonna let her go?
Yeah, Ronan's like, oh man.
I would like to tackle.
Okay. All right, roll me an athletics.
Okay. Oh.
You go to tackle, and he steps out of the way and does the sidearm thing and catches you like right in the diaphragm, and you fall over. All right, let's go. And he starts to walk away from you up the stairs.
Can I take an opportunity to tackle him? He's just punched my friend in the stomach. I'm not doing it like to hit. I'm literally taking my stick and I'm gonna hit him around the back of the head like a baseball.
You may, yeah, you can roll for it.
I would like to use an advantage.
Okay.
80.
Does not hit. I feel like
Oh, that's the
it,
best
it
way.
hits, but he just doesn't even register it and keeps going.
Fable is now laying on her back, staring at the ceiling, just fuming.
I go over to Faye. I'm like, okay, help me get him to stay.
She stands up. She's got like one curl, like standing straight up in the middle of her, like, front of her forehead. She's like, I swear I'm gonna. She's like, mumbling under her breath. You'll be so grounded when I tell mom and dad.
So,
Well,
He looks to Zephyr and he's like,
we need to grab everyone.
I think while this is happening, Zephyrin is rounding up the adults, and so when Ronan turns around and looks at him, like, first of all, he's got them as round up as he can, but I think Ronan would probably also notice that Zephyrin looks really mad. Like he's just stone-faced. He wants to fix this, and he's not happy right now.
He's gonna kill again.
He's killed before.
He's killed. I know that look in his eyes.
But yeah, like Ronan sort of gives him a nod, and you can see that he too is annoyed, but it's almost like that nod of we need to stay
Diplomatic.
Yeah.
diplomatic as we go.
This is definitely not a barbarian rage, but more of a cold fury.
A killer's stare, as you mean to say.
So you're able to pretty much just grab the hand of whichever adult you want, and they'll follow pretty complacently, still looking kind of dazed and kind of joltingly. And you're able to get up the stairs after Myth. Hang on. And you reach the landing, and he takes you up another flight of stairs, and you see before you the grand chamber of the queen, which you've been in before. And she's sitting on her throne quite regally, and Myth bows and says, "Some people to see you, my lady." And she looks at all of you and says, Yes, what is it? Wait, don't I know you?
What, like looking at us or?
Yeah, looking at all of you.
And he just get Your Majesty and does a low bow.
I would like to side swat Ronan for bowing to a different queen.
You hit him and he's like, it's called manners.
And now that you're up here, you see that these ribbons are arcing towards the queen, who's sitting there with a hand up, just sort of almost as though she would be twirling something between her fingers absently.
Zephyr steps forward and just asks, "What did you do to them?"
Just
And how do we
taking-
stop it?
Well, it will be finished soon, I assure you, and it's nothing that will hurt them. Simply taking what they're not using.
Oh, I don't believe you for 2 seconds.
Just like
Honestly, ma'am.
I already told your friend. It only takes the part of them that they don't want.
But I want it. I want the part that you say that they don't want, that you want. I want it.
What?
We want them to be whole, and we want to be whole again.
What are you missing? What's
What-
different in your life?
What are you
Oh, you don't remember
taking?
the other versions of us you sent to attack our home?
Oh yes, where are they, by the way? If you're here.
We don't know.
What is it you want from everyone?
Extra bodies to serve me, as any queen wants.
Why do people not serve you willingly?
They do, it's just much more compliant when you get them at first creation. If you raise someone for birth to follow you, they'll follow you until they die. But getting people to pledge their loyalty after they've had a whole lifetime ahead of them is quite difficult.
Do they have no free will?
Oh, they do. They just learn young to do what's right by the kingdom.
It doesn't sound like free will to me.
Did you not learn your manners from a young age? Yet you're free to act as rudely as you wish.
And she was like,
Well, Rosie found me at about 5, so actually I didn't have any manners until I was 5.
5 is still quite young.
How far are we from the queen?
Probably about... the entrance is probably about 50 feet away. And if you're moving forward, she hasn't stopped you or anything.
Okay, because I think Zephyr would, while he's kind of slowly moving forward until he's maybe about 30-ish feet away, and then he's going to stop while the conversation continues for a moment.
Like I said, is there anything that you're missing out of your personalities? Yes, you have duplicates that serve me, but have you found yourselves changed at all? Honestly, I'm curious. I see your eyes are different, but otherwise...
Fable yells pizza. Fable would also... Where is Myth?
Myth is standing at the door.
Fable would like to go talk to Myth.
Okay.
And be like, so, if you're here, and evidently another one of me is here, where's your sister?
I don't have a sister.
Yeah, you do.
Not that
Because-
I'm aware of.
I'm your sister.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, you do.
Well, the one time in the woods, but otherwise,
No, you know me. I know you know me.
I don't think I know you.
But if you had a little sister, you would want to know your little sister, right?
I don't know that it particularly matters. It's
And
just
if
another
you're the-
person.
If you're the second half of somebody and that somebody has a sister, then technically you're the second half brother. Right?
Were you a sister that got dropped on your head a lot? You're not making any sense.
What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Can I hold his hand?
Yeah.
I would like to grab his hand and be like, you know, you may not think it's anything, but wouldn't it be a lot better to have someone who has your back instead of you having someone's back who just wants you to be theirs and not yourself?
I'll watch out for the queen who pays me. That's watching my back.
Do you want to get paid?
Yes.
I'll give you my allowance.
An allowance versus a queen's treasury. You realize I also get a place to live. I get a safe kingdom.
I can give you a family and a house and a twin brother and a sister and games and toys, and I have a coloring book with crayons.
Also,
And
how is this safe?
How is it not safe?
Well, there's a load of weird stuff here, and also 4 kids infiltrated it.
what
Well-
if you were king?
I don't wish to be king.
What do you want in life?
To protect my queen.
Nope, not that. That's not a good answer.
Raise my kill count.
Okay. You could be a
That's
bug
a little bit
exterminator.
Dark.
This lot looks over.
Well, while I will admit that 4 children have infiltrated the castle, we're not exactly poised to repel children. And he kind of laughs, gesturing at all of you.
So you admit you do have a weakness.
I'm sure that we can adjust this. And he looks at his queen and says, "Right, my queen?" And she gives him a sort of snide nod.
Zephyrin hasn't taken his eyes off the queen. She is wearing a crown or a tiara or something.
She's wearing a crown. She's a
Okay.
queen.
Okay.
And these silver ribbons are almost to the point of touching her hand.
Zephyrin just looks at her and says, "Why? What's the point of all this? Why do you want so many followers? Why are you attacking the material realm?"
I didn't go there to get you or to snatch you. I'm not attacking anything. I didn't snatch these people. They came here of their own free will.
Did you ask permission?
No.
That's snatching. That's stealing.
Well, stealing
Did
is
you
second
not go
part
to
of them.
school?
Of course I went to school.
Did you listen?
Yes, I listened at school.
Oh.
But they asked me to return back home. Once I told them you'd gone back home, I said there was a price. Didn't tell them what the price was, but they seemed eager enough to pay it. Magic isn't free, you know.
So you fooled them.
They agreed.
But you fooled them. You didn't tell them what was actually going to happen.
They didn't ask me what the price was. Whose fault is that?
It doesn't sound very queenly to me.
Well, perhaps if you become a king, you can make your own rules.
Oh no, I'm not going to be a king. I'm not cut out for big decisions.
But I'm gonna be the queen, and Fable draws her sword. You're not
Zephyrin.
ruling very nicely.
I think once Fable draws her sword, Zephyrin is going to click the heels of his boots together, and he is going to try to dash up, and I think he's going to try to like jump and snatch the crown off of the queen's head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay, I would like to do this at advantage.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you run up and you see her use her free hand to do something. And you're still able to snatch off this crown. And do you, like, land on the other side, or are you, like, perching on the back of the chair, or just running up and snatching it?
He would run up and snatch it, and then I think try to just stop her from doing the ribbon thing. Just kind of just hit her, not maybe with like the butt of his short sword.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll. Okay. So as you go to hit her, you feel the effect of whatever spell she'd cast with her hand, and aren't able to pierce through. And she snorts through her nose at you. You've got a crown. I've got souls. And she pulls her hand out, and you see these ribbons stretch out and coalesce in her hand and then disappear. And your family members fall to the ground.
Ronan immediately runs over to the Rosie, and he's like, Rosie! Like, he's sort of like just shaking her a little bit.
She comes to and looks up at you with kaleidoscope rainbow eyes.
And I think Ronan backs up away and looks shocked. And looks towards the queen.
Put it back.
Can't put it back. It's not how the magic works.
You're the
No,
queen,
Rose.
you can do anything.
Did you not attend school? That's not how it works.
I'm not old enough to reach that level yet. We just did drama class.
As he sort of like stomps his paw on the floor.
Look,
It's
you're
like wrapped in like ribbons and stuff from where it got cut earlier.
It's like dirty pink ribbons.
Yeah, just like as he stomps his foot, and he probably winces a little bit as it happens.
I haven't done anything to them except given them life. Your parents are safe and sound on... Well, they're back on the material plane anyway. Be happy to send you back as well.
He looks very, very confused. And he looks to like Zephyrin and Fable.
I just want to rule this kingdom here in peace.
You're not doing it very peacefully.
We have no wall. Aside from you, 3.
You don't have war, but you have slavery.
Just took souls, and you expect us to believe that you just want to rule in peace?
You want to rule pieces of people.
Listen. It's for the greater good. To
What
have
is the greater good?
The greater good is less death. Since I've become queen, there have been fewer deaths, fewer wars. Yes, I have a group of soldiers that I hold very close to me, created out of bits and pieces that nobody wants of themselves. People of the material plane. Now, is that not effective leadership?
What happens if one of these bits and pieces die?
I don't know, they've never died before.
Fable will turn back and look at Myth.
Really? You're gonna risk killing me and perhaps your... what other brother? First brother, twin brother dying too?
Fable doesn't say anything, but she just stares straight at him.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Ronan sort of looks like,
Why does everyone have an attitude problem here?
Well, I am taking what people don't want, so you
What,
can understand.
souls?
If you'd like to call it that, bits of people, bits of personalities,
You
memories.
literally just called it souls.
I think it is a soul. Bits of souls, not the whole soul, of course. You still have all of yours that you care about, right? Thanks for the successes. Even though they're not going to be.
Fable's gonna turn and look at Ronan.
He looks very sad right now, just sort of looking over at Rosie.
Fable's trying to contemplate if it's worth the risk to try and... Wow, this is really twisty. To try and get rid of Myth in an effort to free that part of Legend. But she doesn't... It's scary because she doesn't know if she's actually going to be doing the right thing.
And bear in mind that the Myth you're looking at has gray eyes. And the Legend back home has the rainbow eyes.
I am going to drop my sword, grab Legend's face, and be like, why are your eyes gray? Why are my eyes gray?
You're the original. I'm the original, I guess.
So you do have a sister. She punches him in the gut.
He's wearing armor, so it's not gonna feel.
It was more for effect.
I don't have a sister. Good
I
shot,
am
though.
your sister.
He shakes his head as though you are nuts.
I'd like to hug him. Just
Zephyr-
remember me.
Go ahead, Zephyr.
He just wants to insight check on the queen to determine, because she says that there's no way to reverse what she's doing, but she's the one doing it, so she has to know. He doesn't believe that she's telling him the truth.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, very nice. So she doesn't seem to be lying, but you're putting together the pieces and like, okay, well, I've seen Fable set things on fire and I've never seen her unset things on fire. There has to be a way to stop this. Maybe the queen just doesn't know there's a way to stop this or undo it. Because she seems like she's telling the truth of there's no way to reverse it, but you've been in the room with the hallways and the ribbons. There has to be some way to do it. She seems like she genuinely doesn't think there is, though.
If Fable turns around and looks at the queen and says, if this is the original Legend, why did you split him and send the not original Legend to me?
Unintended. This one was quite young when he got here. Tried to send back the original, but... well, babies all look alike. I can't go back to the material plane personally, so it was quite impossible for me to snatch him back. Before he'd grown old and obedient enough, it didn't really seem to be a priority to me. If the point is to make a loyal soldier, I have one in him.
Kind of glares at the queen and just says, you say there's no way to reverse this, but do you even know what you're doing?
Taking out the bits of people they don't want and creating a material form out of them, while the other copies send back to the material plane.
And I like
Some
all
sort
of me.
Don't even miss the other parts of you, I'd wager.
I like all of me. It's what makes me me. And you took it without permission.
Technically, I didn't.
It was taken without permission, under your rule.
I suggest you take that up with the wizard, not me.
In your kingdom. You don't have any control over people in your kingdom.
Well, rest assured, if the wizard ever comes back, she will be executed for not informing people that there is a price to pay to get back to the material plane.
Why should there have to be a price?
Magic isn't free. Nothing in the Feywild comes with no cost. It's always a trade.
You should tell people what you're taking.
Put that in
Can
this.
I'm looking because I'm sort of close to Zephyrin. Not to make it obvious, can I look and see if there's anything on the crown? Like where, or not even on the crown, like whether it's her power coming from or how to just do something about it, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, roll me either an investigation or an arcana.
I will use a advantage. Oh, great. -1 on each. I forget how stupid I am. I'm really trying.
She seemed to still be able to complete the ritual without the crown, so probably not that.
Is there anything in that I can remember from like any of my readings of like history that explain any of this?
Roll me a history roll.
Okay. Where are you, history?
What's up with you and double rolls?
I don't know.
So with a 15, you're thinking back to everything you learned in school, and you know that there are definitely like spell books you're not allowed access to yet. And you're you don't remember any credible thing. Of course, there are tales of, you know, twins being born of the same soul and stuff like that. But this doesn't ring a bell. And then you think of the things that Winnie had read briefly out of the book when you had it, and discovering how to be immortal, not being able to die, never being able to return home. Clearly, this is the author of the book, who stumbled across some method that she can't go back. She can't die while she's in here, or doesn't age, one of the two. And piecing it together, she must have done it on herself accidentally and stumbled across it that way.
Fable points her finger and goes, "You wrote the book.
Have it back.
You wrote the book. What did you do?"
I found, as you have found, the gateway.
And
It served quite an amazing purpose. I found a river that made me useful forever, as you found. Well, aged you a bit, I believe. And I felt more powerful. Of course, when I tried to go back, everything unwound, and I became as I was before, so I knew I could never leave here. Though there were odd whisperings when I came back about somebody else being here instead. So I researched this portal, and she gestures to the dungeon. And astonishing how it lets you take out the bits that you want and don't want and separate them out. And make two out of one. Never can exist on the same plane, seems though. Which again, and she looks around at you thoughtfully. Wonder what my actual servants are doing right now.
So you didn't send them. They went because we came back here.
The originals always seem to have the upper hand. I've never felt compelled to go anywhere or do anything, but I had a ranger for a while who should be working his way back to me that felt compelled to go to certain places every so often with those eyes. You met him, Twain.
Oh, Twain.
Come to think of it, I don't think we ever caught your name, Majesty.
My name. I am Queen Aradastia Cortha the First.
Doesn't it get boring being queen?
No. If I could find a way to spread peace to your realm and be the queen of that too, I would. Unfortunately, I can't.
That's probably a good thing, Fable says under her breath. I don't know how to fix what you did, but I don't like it. And you shouldn't be queen, and you shouldn't live forever.
How old are you?
Old enough to know that sometimes adults are not always right. I'm 8.
So, an 8-year-old. When you become old, perhaps you'll feel the thirst for immortality. There's never quite enough time to learn everything or do everything you want to do.
Is this your midlife crisis? I heard my mom and dad talking about that the other day. You're having a crisis, for sure.
If it is my midlife crisis, I should be glad to have hundreds and hundreds of years to live on.
There are stories about people who've tried to become immortal, and it doesn't usually end well with them.
It's going quite well for me, as you can see.
For now, maybe.
Is that a threat?
No. Just, you never know what might happen. Caution, I guess. Besides, I'm just a kid. What can I do?
All right. What could you do? And she seems to ponder this for a moment, looking a bit too hard at each of you, as though calculating your worth for a moment.
Again, Rona's going to do what he does when anyone stares at him. He's going to glare right back.
Zephyrin has just been glaring at her this whole time.
She's a queen. She gets it. Queens get glared at.
What if those weird spiders in the dungeon wrapped up our friend and she disappeared? You wouldn't happen to know where she might have ended up?
Ah, yes, phase spiders. And she makes a gesture, and the older version of Winnie, whom you've met before, appears. And she says, yeah? Well, as you can see, if this one's here, your friend is back home. Would you like to join her now, or do you insist on taking up more of my time?
Zephyrin looks at the other two and just kind of looking for some kind of confirmation of what they should do, because he, as angry as he is at the queen, he's not sure they're really necessarily up to fighting her at this point.
Stable's very confused and very lost and very... She has no idea. She's so disconnected from everything she was grounded in, like... Oh, fake brother's actually real brother, but real brother lied, and fake brother doesn't remember her, and mom and dad are like... She, like, cut him off, and then, like... Now we're standing in this throne room, and there's multiple people of everybody, and evil queen lady that the only thing she can think to do is whack her with a sword, but she didn't feel like that's the best idea. So like Babel literally is gonna look back at Zephyrin with like, she's 8. She doesn't know.
Ronan's just, I want my family safe.
Rosie will be safe back at home. Probably missing you. Well, assuming nothing has happened. Of course, I can't control anything that happens in the material plane.
Zephyrin will just say that, look to the other two, just say, there's too much we don't know right now.
Fable's gonna look at the queen and say, you need an adult.
And Ronan nods slowly.
Oh, now I have 3 more.
They're not full adults, though.
I'll get them there.
You took the best bits out.
Not from where I'm standing.
You need to get a better perspective then.
I think
And
it's
he
a
sort of
threat.
looks over at the others. He's like,
I think we should go home.
Fable will nod, but she will go take the crown first. I assume Zephyrin still has it.
Yeah, he nods and hands it over.
I'll put it on my head and be like, send me back.
If you wish to be queen, I suggest you come back with an army. And she gestures, and that ball coalesces around you. And you have that familiar sensation of going through along this big ribbon and seeing shapes flying past you on the outside. And when the ball finally comes to its resting place and it melts off, you see the people that you love on the ground around you in the campsite where you'd left. And in the distance, you see flames against the sky. The people around you start to come to. Rosie stands up and gives you a huge hug, Ronan. And for the first time since you can remember, she's crying, leaving these streaks down her cheeks. And your dad looks at you and pulls you down and gives you that man embrace and says, I thought I'd lost you. And Winnie is coming to next to all of you, and her mother grasps hands with her, and they just share a moment looking at each other. And Fable, Legend isn't there.
Ronan sort of smiles and he hugs Rosie back, and then when he sees Fable hasn't got Legend there, he immediately walks over, and he's a lot taller than Fable, so but he sort of like throws his gangly like arms around her and hugs her, and sort of in range of Zephyrin and Winnie, and definitely so that Fable can hear, looks to all of them.
We're gonna go back. I don't know when, but I think we should go back and make a difference.
And he sort of leans down to where Fable, like he sort of pushes you back and looks like,
You'd make a much better queen. And you got a crown now, so people will follow.
I think Fable will not kneel down on the ground and start drawing. Their family is one that like records history, except for she's not stopping at like a picture that stops here. She continues on as she draws like the campsite. She continues on to drawing the Feywild and the castle with a crown in the middle of it. And she takes her finger and she crosses out the crown.
Roll me a perception.
I get that perception.
You hear movement coming towards you as you make the X. And someone uncomfortably clears their throat.
I look.
It's Legend.
Oh my gosh!
And he
I'm
says, "You saved my life."
And Fable's gonna say, I don't like you! And then she's gonna run and like tackle hug him.
And he hugs you back and does the thing where he like cradles your head and he says, I thank you. I love you, Fable. And
Love
then
you
gives
too.
you a punch on the arm.
I'll punch him
light
back.
Zephyrin has his moment with his dad and then, pulls away, kind of wipes tears from his eyes and just looks to the others and just says, we have to find a way to reverse this and stop her. We're gonna do this. We need to find out how.
And Ronan takes like his little stick off his back, which he's now incredibly attached to because it sort of stomps it on the ground. He's like,
She said we needed an army. I want to get one.
Zephyrin just nods.
We're two queens and we're 2 knights. That's already double than what she's got.
Fable would like to instigate a group hug. We got this, guys.
And you all hug, and around you on the outside, the adults hug too. And that is where we're going to call it today. / for the season in a big group hug, plotting an army.
plotting war.
War.
The
with the
children are
Feywild.
leading adults to victory.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna miss this game so much. I love it. It makes me laugh every single week and leaves me with all the good feels. Otherwise though, please check out all the links in chat that are coming up now. That includes the Discord, YouTube, and Twitter. And a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors who we couldn't do this without, in the form of Hero Forge, Mage Hand Press, and the Deck of Many Things. Also, quick thing, tomorrow and the day after, we are doing Hero Forge 2.0 Color Mini Creator, where Scrat will be streaming in between games to show you how it's all done and all the extra amazing bits that come with it just before this Kickstarter ends. It's out. It looked amazing. I've already seen some behind the scenes stuff, so go check it out. Otherwise, keep evoking emotions, and we'll see you next time. Bye.